this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play through a song called I See Fire by Ed Sheeran. And it's going to start off with some really cool intro licks actually around some chords, and we're going to work this in root position, end up capoing this on 6th fret to kind of match the recording. But we're going to start on an E minor, and the way you play E minor, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger goes to the D string on the 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now, on the E minor chord, especially through the tune when we kind of get to some of the fingerstyle licks, you may want to take the 3rd or the 4th finger and kind of add that in on the B string, and that sounds an E minor 7 chord. And if you're kind of digging on that, you could even kind of take the pinky and kind of put it on the high E on the 3rd fret. So that might be another possibility for your E minor through the song. And then from the E minor, we're going to be going to a C major chord. Now, one way to play the C major is to put the 1st finger on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now, through the song, though, you want to be using a C major 9 chord. When we play C major 9, 1st finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the A string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And there are a lot of places actually where we could even just use just that A and the D string of that. That's called C major 9. You may want to think about that for your C chord. And then from the C, we're going to be going to a D major chord. When we play D major, 1st finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and 3rd finger goes to the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. And on our intro part, actually, which kind of becomes kind of part of our chorus, from the D we go back to E minor, and we kind of repeat that. E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, C, D major, E minor. Now, a lot of times with a song like this, though, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. We'll talk about those fingerstyle licks actually in just a moment. But one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns is down, down, up, up, down. So we took the E minor and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now, timing-wise, what Ed's doing is kind of the E minor with a down, down, and then you'd hit the C with a up, down, up, and then we go to the D and do a down, down, and then E minor on the up, down, up. So it's almost like taking that strum pattern and having it between the chords. E minor, down, C on the up, down, D on the down, down, E minor on the up, down, E minor on the down, down, C on the up, down, up, D, down, E minor on the up, down, up. Now, another strum pattern I would think about through the song too, especially if you're digging on the strumming, is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's called an 8th note. And what a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I think really kind of matches the feel of a lot of what Ed's doing is a down, up, down, up, down, up, 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is on the first beat, if you did a down on 1 and then an up on 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then on the second beat, you do an up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the third beat, you do an up on 2, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, 1 up, 1 up. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. So especially for later on in the song, you may want to think about that, especially when the orchestra kind of comes in, is you could kind of work that whole down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, down. What can sound really good is to do that E minor with the down, up, and then hit the C for the down, up, down, up. D for the down, up, E minor for the down, up, down, do that part. So you'd have the E minor with the down, up, C on the down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, C, up, down, up, down, E minor, where you could play open E, and then second on the low E, and then third fret on the low E string to kind of get an E and F sharp and a G note to kind of lead into the C chord. So if you wanted to kind of throw that in, you could do that. Instead of doing that first E minor, you could do that bass run, and then hit the C. Basses to all those chords too, and on the E minor you'd have a low E string for your bass, on the C you'd have the A string for the bass, on the D you'd have the D string for the bass, and then so you could kind of add basses to that, and you could even do it with the bass down up up down up, or down down up up down, by making it a bass down up up down, by doing the E minor, the bass down, C on the up down, and then D with a D bass down, E minor, the up down, E minor with the low E bass down, C on the up down, D with a D bass, down, from the up, down, up. Or with the 16th note pattern, you could do E minor with a bass, up, C with an A bass, up, down, D with the D bass, up, and then the E minor with the bass, up, down, You kind of get some basses on that too. So you'd have E minor, up, C with an A bass, up, down, D with the D bass, up, E minor, low E bass, up, down, E minor, low E bass, up, C with an A bass, up, down, D with the D bass, Ed's really doing through that part though, it's kind of, and through a lot of the song actually, is kind of just fingerstyle ideas. And if you're kind of interested in this, the thumb kind of becomes your bass player for your E string, your A string, and your D string for those bass notes. And then you could kind of take the index in the middle and the ring, or the index in the middle, and kind of almost set them up on index on the G string, middle on the B string. And if you wanted to, you could even take the ring finger and kind of go to the high E string. And if you could kind of work kind of a bass finger idea, and you can almost kind of get kind of a slap in after that. So it's kind of thumb, finger, slap, thumb, finger, slap. And it's going to match the timing of what we were talking about with the other strum patterns. But you can kind of work that idea with the fingers too. Now that opening lick though is awesome. And so if you're kind of interested in that, you could start out with the low open E with the 2nd fret on the G string, and kind of do a hammer on to 4th fret on the G, and then do a pull off right back to the 2nd fret, and then a pull off to the open G. So this is kind of a hammer on, pull off, so it's a ho lick. And I'm kind of throwing in that low open E to kind of get the bass note in there. And then we go to the D string on the 2nd fret for a pull off. It's kind of that whole little lick. So I'm going 2, 4, 2, oh, as a hammer on, pull off, and then 2, pull off the open on the D, and then you could kind of go to a little piece of the C chord with first finger on the D string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the A string, 3rd fret, and kind of play those 2 notes together, and then play the open G. And so you got 2, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3 and 2 together, open G, and then you could kind of play the open D and the open G together, but then do a hammer on the 2nd fret on the G string, and then we play that note again, and then 3rd fret on the B string, and then we kind of play a little piece of the E minor with the low E, D string, and G string. So I'm kind of using thumb, index, middle for that. So you might want to kind of play around with that too. So that C idea, D idea. And then the second time through, it's almost a variation on that loop where you still kind of kick it off the same way with the C chord. But then you could kind of do the D string and the B string and the G string, kind of thumb, index, middle, to kind of get that hammer on the 2nd fret on the G string, and then open G, and there's a quick move to 4 on the D string, and then we could go back to that E minor idea with that open and 2, or even open, 2 and open. So you got the E minor lick, 2, 0, 3 and 2, open, and then the 0, 2, 3, 0, 2 and 0, 0, 2, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3 and 2, 0, 2, 0, 4, 2. So you want to kind of play around with that too. And then we're basically going to be using that for our intro. And then when the verse comes in, we have a little variation of what we've been talking about with the intro, where we go from E minor, and then we go to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger stays on the A string, 2nd fret. 2nd finger goes to the low E string on the 3rd fret. third finger goes to the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord. Now another G you may want to think about through the song would be taking 3rd finger and going to the B on the 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really, really happy. So that's another way you may want to think about playing the G. And then we go to our D major and then our C major. And then we kind of repeat that. E minor, G, D, C, E minor, G, D, C. But then from there we go to an A minor chord. When we play A minor, first finger goes to the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and the 3rd finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the A minor, it sounds like we go to a G major chord, but there's something called there's a B note in the bass on the A string 2nd fret. So if you play just the A string or the B string, for instance, it would be something called G/B. And that's kind of what it's doing there. And then from the G/B, we'll be going to a C major chord as kind of a hit at the end of our verse. So we could try that with our bass down, up, and have E minor the bass, down, G on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, C on the up, down, E minor 3 bass, down, G on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, C on the up, down, E minor 3 bass, down, G on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, C on the up, down. The A minor's got the A string for the bass, G/B's got the A string for the bass, and this is a little weird because you're kind of having that. Or we could try our 16th pattern and have E minor, G, D, C, and the G would have the low E for the bass, so E minor low E bass, G low E bass, down, D with the E bass, C with an A bass, E minor low E bass, G with low E bass, B with a D bass, C with an A bass, and then we got our A minor with an A bass, G/B with an A bass, big C at the end of our verse. And then from there, we go into kind of a little verse tag, back through our verse, and then back to our chorus part, which is kind of like our intro. And then from there, we're going to be going into our bridge part. And our bridge starts on the A minor, and then we go to E minor, and then we go to a G, and then D, and then we're back to A minor, E minor, G, D, A minor, E minor, G, D, and then we got kind of an A minor, Now the weird part is to play along with Ed though, instead of starting on a E minor chord, it's actually starting on a B flat minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo and put the capo on 6th fret, and now your E minor is really a B flat minor, your C is really a G flat major, your D is really an A flat major, and your E minor or your A minor is really a E flat minor, and your G major is really a D flat major. But to take it from the very, very beginning, you could work it with just the strumming with the down, down, up, down, up. You have E minor with the down, down, C on the up, down, D with the down, down, E on the up, down, E minor, down, down, C on the up, down, D with the down, down, E on the up, down, up. Or you could add basses to that and have E minor with the bass, down, C on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, E minor with the up, down, E minor with the bass, down, C on the up, down, D with the D bass, down, E minor with the up, down. Or we could try our 16th pattern and have E minor, up, C, up, down, D, up, E minor, up, down, E minor, up, C, up, down, D, up, E minor, up, down. Or you could try that fingerstyle and kind of have that E minor, C, D, E minor, C, D, E minor. Or you could use those intro licks that we were talking about, kind of working the licks around the chords. So it had 2 4 2 0 2 0 3 2 0 0 2 0 4 2. So you want to kind of play around with those too. That could be a cool way to kind of intro the tune, but it also kind of comes back in a couple spots too. So awesome lick. So you may want to kind of play around with that too. And then from there, we'd be going into our verse. We tried our verse with a bass down, up, down, up. We'd have E minor with the bass, down G on the up, down B with the D bass, down C on the up, down E minor with the low E bass, down G on the up, down B with the D bass, down C on the up, down E minor with the low E bass, down G on the up, down B with the D bass, down C on the up, down A minor with the A bass, down G slash B, C. And then we'd kind of be going back into kind of a little piece of our intro part. And if we tried our verse with our 16th bass pattern, we'd have E minor, up, G, low, bass, D with the D bass, up, C with an A bass, E minor, low, bass, up, G, low, bass, D with the D bass, up, C with an A bass, E minor, low, bass, G, low, bass, D with the D bass, C with an A bass, A minor, G slash B, C. And then from there, we kind of go back into kind of a little piece of our intro, and if you even wanted to, you could kind of bring back kind of part of those intro licks. And then from there, then we go into our next verse. So we'd be back to kind of our E minor, and oh, and you could try this fingerstyle too. So we'd have our E minor, G, D, C, E minor, G, D, C, E minor, G, D, C, A minor, G slash B, C. And then at the end of that verse, we kind of have a little tag where we go back to that A minor, B minor, C. And then from there, then we go into our chorus part. And we could try our chorus with a bass down, up, and have E minor the bass, down C on the up, down B with the D bass, down E minor the up, down E minor the bass, down C on the up, down B with the D bass, down E minor the up, down E minor the bass, down C on the up, down B with the D bass, down E minor the up, down E minor the bass, down C on the up, down a B. And then we kind of end up on kind of a D with our whole pattern, and then kind of a big A minor at the very end of that chorus. Or if we try that with our 16th pattern, we'd have E minor the bass, up, C with an A bass, B with the D bass, E minor low E bass, E minor low E bass, C with an A bass, B with the D bass, E minor low E bass, E minor low E bass, C, D with the D bass, E minor low E bass, E minor low E bass, C with an A bass, B with the D bass, and A minor hit. So with our fingerstyle, we'd have our E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, C, D, A minor. And then from there, we're into kind of a chorus tag that's very much like our intro, and actually you could even kind of bring back those intro licks if you were kind of digging on those. I just think that'd be a cool way to kind of prelude, and you'll hear that kind of come back through the tune too. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next verse, so we could kind of keep that going with the fingerstyle. E minor, G, D, C, E minor, G, D, C, E minor, G, D, C, and then we got our A minor, G slash B, and then we kind of go to our C chord, and then we tag that with another A minor, G slash B, C, kind of at the end. Or if you're kind of digging on that, it starts that big push up where you kind of got that 0-2-3 kind of idea when we go into our chorus part. So then from there, we'd be going into our chorus, and if you wanted to, you could try that with the 16th pattern, and you can even add in that bass note or lick if you were kind of talking about too. So that'd be E minor, C and A bass, D with the D bass, E minor, C, D with the D bass, E minor, E minor, C, and then from there, they would be going into our bridge part, and we could try our bridge with a bass down, up, down, up. We have A minor, the A bass, down, E minor, up, down, G, low, bass, down, up, down, A minor, the A bass, down, E minor, up, down, G, low, bass, down, up, down, A minor, the A bass, down, E minor, up, down, G, low, bass, down, up, down, A minor, the A bass, down, going into our outro, which is kind of like our intro part. So you might want to kind of bring back those licks at the end too, or you can mix them up. Or you could kind of work that as kind of any of those other patterns. So if you kept it going with the 16th though, B minor, C That's the basics of how you get strummed through I See Fire. Great tune. So good luck.